The verdict hearing has begun at the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia in the trial of Radovan Karadzic. The former Bosnian Serb president faces 11 charges, including genocide, for atrocities committed during the Bosnian War. Now let's take a look at some of the allegations. The prosecution accuses Karadzic of a military campaign against civilians in Sarajevo, carried out over 2.5 years. He's also accused of ordering the killing of Muslim men and boys in Srebrenica. The court says at least 7,000 people were killed. He faces 5 counts of crimes against humanity, including persecution and extermination. Prosecutors say that for 4 years, Karadzic was responsible for forcibly removing Bosnian Muslims and Bosnian Croats from areas in Bosnia-Herzegovina. And finally, the prosecution argues that in May and June of 1995, Karadzic held UN personnel hostage to force NATO to stop attacking Bosnian Serb targets. Well, Jon Brain joins us now live from The Hague. Jon, before we talk about the significance of this trial, can you just bring us up to date of where we are in proceedings?
Yes, well, the hearing has been underway for about an hour now, and one of the judges has been reading the catalogue of charges against Radovan Karadzic. They've been going through segment by segment the various areas where these allegations are based, starting with the 7 municipalities of Bosnia, as Mr. Karadzic was allegedly trying to carve out a Serbian stronghold. The judges said that they found there was evidence of unlawful arrests, thousands of people tortured and beaten, and that Karadzic was at the apex of a political and military power structure which supported the military implementation of the forcible removal of the non-Serbian population, in effect a form of ethnic cleansing. Now, the judge said that this did not amount to genocide. There was not sufficient evidence of genocide. That, of course, one of the most serious, or the most serious charge against Karadzic, that in this instance genocide had not been proven. But he said the former Bosnian Serb leader did have individual criminal responsibility for the persecution, extermination, murder and deportation of thousands of people, and that this amounted to a crime against humanity. The hearing then moved onto the siege of Sarajevo, and in particular looked at the technique of using snipers, which the court heard were deliberately targeting the civilian population. Thousands were killed and wounded, and civilians, the court was told, were terrorized on a daily basis. And he said in this case that Karadzic had a significant contribution to this plan and supported the strategy. He issued the military directives.
OK, Jon, thank you very much for the update. Jon Brain there in The Hague.